NIT Silchar is striving hard and striving for excellence in all segments of academics, innovation and research framework. Already you know, but I am again happy to announce that this year in the National Institution Ranking Framework, in the engineering category, from the 48th position we moved up to 38th rank. In the overall category, we moved up from 93 to 76 position this time. And in the second edition of the ranking for research institutions, we were identified as the top 50 research institutions in the country. Obviously, at the same time, we have participated in the international rankings also. But the details of each and every ranking are not that numbers are important, but what is important, I think for all of us to take note of, is the SWOT analysis. Through this ranking process, you identify your strengths, you identify your weakness, you identify the opportunities that lie ahead of us and the challenges. There should not be any word like problem in our dictionary, and everything that we cannot do in the first shot, that should be defined as a challenge. And this SWOT analysis we not only do for the institution, but in every human being, we need to carry out this SWOT analysis so that each individual can contribute towards the building of the nation. Our endeavor to make sustainability as a pride of our culture has helped us to rank 200 in the UI Green Metric ranking in the world and the 5th in the university in the country. Now, as we all know that the education system in the country now is governed by the National Education Policy, which was pronounced in 2020. The National Education Policy, NEP 2020, that puts its emphasis in Indian ethos, rooted in Indian ethos, and contributes directly to transforming India sustainably into an equitable and vibrant knowledge power by providing high quality education to all. And while in the institution we are carrying out activities towards the implementation of NEP 2020 in terms of interdisciplinary and translational research and development, in the implementation of integration of Indian knowledge system, the traditional knowledge base with respect to our traditional, with respect to the modern science and technology scenario. But national education policy is not only for the higher education, it starts from the school education system as well. And we are happy to note that our students also, they take part, they coordinate with the schools in the local region in the 5 adopted villages, Madhutila, Babutila, Pokitila, Bharakhai and Gongur. They interact with the school children in those villages, they do the teaching there, and at the same time under Rashtriya Avishkar Abhijan, we also look into the aspects of research and innovation at the school level also. So as a higher educational institution, we have not only the responsibility to look for upliftment of the higher education in terms of the national education policy, but also look into the implementation of national education policy for the school education as well. In the area of national education policy, 2020, among many other things, we have introduced interdisciplinary courses, postgraduate courses, and we are the only one NIT in the country who have introduced a doctoral program for MBBS doctors as well, so that they can now register in the NIT Silchar and carry out their research activity in collaboration with our faculty members. The envisioned Atmanirbhar Bharat that created a revolution of Indian manufacturing and startup system. And recently we have received a support from Department of Science and Technology for setting up of an inclusive technology business incubator under the vertical of digital technologies. And we had an innovation center, incubation center earlier, and with this new support we understand this thrust on the innovation and entrepreneurship will take a new turn. Now the realization of self-resilience has to be inclusive and conducive, much like the announcement of our Honorable Prime Minister as Sabka Saath, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Bikash. We have established Science, Technology and Innovation Hub in NIT Silchar for the socio-economic upliftment of SC/ST community in Assam. We reached out to the underprivileged students of the villages through our Gansagot, the social welfare wing of the institution. To consolidate our endeavor for the objectives of self-reliance or Atmanirbharata, we work with Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise and Khadi Village and Industries Corporation to act as mentor for MSME and the KVIC sectors and to work and to build some indigenous products from sustainable materials such as bamboo,